Hello everyone, welcome to Starting Out Solitary. I am MonsoonMagick, your Wednesday host, and this week we are talking about altars. So we are sitting at my main working altar. This is my sacred space that I have created in my home. It is in my bedroom, and what I'm going to do is kind of walk you through how I have it set up, why I have it set up that way, and just kind of talk to you about my altar. So moving back a little bit, this is a cedar chest, and it's good. It's a good size cedar chest. It's probably about 3.5, maybe 4 feet long. I've had it since I was a teenager. I love using it as an altar because for my height, when I sit at the altar, I do have a big kind of like a body pillow that I sit on. When I sit on that, it puts me at a perfect height to if I do want to do anything at the altar, and it's a nice big space to work with. I do store a lot of my altar decorations inside the cedar chest. So seasonally, I do decorate my altar a little bit for the seasons. You can see I have some fall and Mabon type items out right now. At Yule and Samhain, or Samhain will come first, I will switch that over just a little bit. I don't go crazy anymore. If you watched my videos from back when I very first started, I went crazy with it. And I do like to still decorate, and I'll put some ribbon and some little decorations out, but not nearly as much as I used to do. Now, I have two main altar setups. I have a dark altar and I have a light altar. So during the dark half of the year, this is my dark altar setup. And then during the light half of the year, I have a light altar setup. So I just switched this over at Mabon. Now, how are they different? This mirror back here is my scrying mirror, my witch's mirror, and this only sits out at the dark half of the year. During the light half of the year, I have a big white scrolled mirror that sits out to reflect the light, whereas this shows the darkness. So that's one big difference. Another difference is symbolically representing the relationship of the god and the goddess. They're separated during the dark half of the year. So I have a clearly delineated goddess side and a clearly delineated god side. Really only during the dark half of the year. During the light half of the year, I actually bring the god candle over to the goddess side because then they're together. But right now they are separated. He is in the underworld and she is grieving the loss of her companion. So that's a big difference as well. A couple of things that always stay the same. I always have elemental representations out on my altar, whether it's a dark altar or a light altar. So I keep my paten in the middle, and this is a wooden paten that I ordered online, the pentacle on it. My working candle sits on top of that. And I might change out my working candle depending. I don't necessarily always have like one that I'm using. And then I have these little offering bowls that represent the different elements. So my altar does face north. So this is true north, east, south, and west. So I have a green bowl representing earth, and I keep some rough like sea salt in here. For the east, this is air. They didn't have yellow, but I used white. And this is a little yellowish tinted piece of quartz to represent the element of air. I have a red bowl representing the element of fire and a lava rock. And then for water, I have a blue offering bowl with a piece of coral and a shell from Hawaii. So these elemental representations are always on my altar, whether it is the dark half of the year or the light half of the year. Then on my god side, he is on the right-hand side of my altar. I have a print of the god of the wildwood. I've shown you this before that I absolutely love. So I keep that out. Here is my god candle that I just painted with some glitter glue and put the symbol of the god on here. And then I have my laughing Buddha from my friend, oh my gosh, from my friend Tara, Incognita. Sorry. He sits out here on the god side as well. And then for the season of Mabon, I pulled out some pumpkins and a little piece of dried corn. I created a crystal grid this year. This is the first crystal grid I've ever made, and I was really inspired, and I just felt called to do it because I have so many crystals, and I was looking, and I wanted to tap into that protective energy of the god. with the tiger's eye, and then also just the colors and the energy of the season. So I used a lot of red jasper, tiger's eye, clear quartz, and this is actually a mookaite egg that I picked up, but I chose it because of the colors of I liked how it showed like the balance of the dark and the light going into Mabon, and then I turn it so that now we are in the dark. And so this is just a little crystal grid that I set up on my altar, just to explore that energy of Mabon. Then on my goddess side, I have my goddess candle. Same thing, I just took some glitter glue and put the triple moon on there. And then in terms of altar tools that I associate with the goddess, I have my chalice and the cauldron, the womb of the goddess, and that water energy. I've switched my goddess wheel over to Mabon. And then anything related to oracle or tarot or divination, like my pendulum, I keep that on my goddess side, as I feel that goddess energy is my where I tap into my intuition. So my pendulum sits out on my altar in this little porcelain hand. I have my rose quartz, heart rose quartz, and then this is the oracle deck that I've been using pretty much every single day. And so that sits out here as well. This is just a sacred space. This is a space I come to on a nightly basis. I check in with myself. I just sit in quiet meditation with my gods. If I'm going to do any work with my oracle, this is where I come nightly or in the morning to do that. And it's just such a peaceful, quiet space. And by having that dedicated altar, the moment I sit down, it's almost as if all the weight of the world comes off and I can just take a deep breath and just reconnect with my divinity and to my gods. So this is my big sacred space that I've created, my working altar. I do have a few smaller altars that I might do. In fact, I think I'll probably do a video on my personal channel of my goddess altar. I just changed that over and share that with you. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. And if you have any requests for videos, of course, let us know. This was a video request and we tried to get it in the very next week. We very much honor our subscribers and thank you for the time you take to watch our videos. And if you have any suggestions, we are very open to hearing what you have to say. So until I see you next week and talk to you next Wednesday, I hope you all have a very, very blessed day.